Excuse me, why are there holes in the mouse?
Why do you think?
I don't know, maybe for airflow?
Nope.
Better lighting?
It's to cut down on the weight.
Oh, nice. And so the hype surrounding the Glourious Model O mouse makes total sense. What we've got here is a perfect recipe for an FPS mouse, following in the footsteps of what Final Mouse tried to deliver, but hopefully with less challenges on actually shipping these to consumers. And also, it looking quite similar to the Air 58 Ninja mouse means that the Model O will ride that popularity wave, because some people might not realize that this is a different mouse. But this thing is going to be my main from now on. Let me tell you why after this.
Did you bring the stuff?
I sure did. It's so compact. This brushed aluminum plate, floating half-height keycaps, MX Cherry low-profile switches, a Type-C connection, and comes in different sizes too. The Cooler Master SK series. Careful not to miss them. Links below. So the good thing is, these are not expensive mice. The matte versions are $50, the glossy models are $60, and I love the two-tone variation to satisfy your color taste and texture preference. Now the glossy model has this kind of stickiness factor that I don't particularly like. It turns out I move my fingers over the primary buttons often, and the smoother matte texture is just more pleasing for me personally, but I love the look of the glossy models. The honeycomb shell is all about weight reduction. However, both Mike and Eber have expressed their concerns about dust and other particle accumulation on the inside, and over time will that impact its performance, and that is a sound concern, but I guess we'll have to wait and see in the long term. But the see-through nature, especially in the white model, is gorgeous for RGB illumination that has that soft spill on the interior, so the mouse looks pretty inside and out. And also, because of it, this is the lightest mouse that I've ever used at 67 and 68 grams, and that is pretty incredible given the price point. Now for reference, my lightest wired mouse is the Logitech G Pro Hero at 83 grams and the Rival 310 at 88 grams, and while on the wireless side, only the G Pro Wireless is a lightweight at 80 grams. Now in reality, can you tell the difference between 67 grams and 80 grams? Actually, yes. Holding the Model O in your hand feels effortless if you play at lower DPI and move your mouse across larger surface area for the mouse mat. It makes total sense and it's fantastic. And actually, moving from the Model O back to the wireless G Pro at 80 grams, this thing feels a little bit heavy now. And I'm not sure if I'm getting spoiled, but the whole precision element of having something that light and your flicks and having a bit more control is awesome. The cord also has an important part to play because the braiding is incredibly light and it has no pull, so you can use this without a bungee, no problem. It is slightly thicker visually versus standard mice, but I really like how it feels. The button placement is standard, no complaints here, with a low profile DPI switch and a color toggle below. The browser buttons have that satisfying softness, while the scroll wheel has slightly muddy steps and a bit too hard middle click, so I won't use that often, but the primary buttons are good, arm run switches with short travel distance. As for the shape, we've got an ambidextrous body, but for right-hand use only. You could switch the left and right clicks, but they don't feel exactly the same, so that might feel odd. And for my hybrid claw style grip, it's almost the perfect size. It feels very similar to the G Pro Wireless, but with a flatter back section and a slightly longer body, but I can easily switch between the G Pro Wireless, the G Pro Hero, and the Model O. And so the reason why I'm going to be using this as my main is because my aim correction and low DPI gameplay and overall comfort just feels fantastic. The Pixar 3360 sensor is flawless, and having 67 grams of precision under my hand just feels so good. The 2mm liftoff distance is low enough without interfering with my aim upon contact back with the mouse mat, and gaming has been satisfying overall. And as long as you perform well with a lighter mouse and don't prefer something heavy, for stability for example, I think you will definitely enjoy the Model O, especially for this price point.
Impressive. Excellent.
Feel the flames of rage.
Killing spree. Revenge. Impressive.
My wrath.
Excellent.
As for the Glourious software, all the basics are here with button mapping, lighting effect selection, and polling rate. We have 6 DPI profiles at 100 increment changes, lift-off distance adjustment from 2 to 3, and this debounce time feature that supposedly can help if the mouse starts to double-click in the future, thus increasing the latency can offset the double triggering of a switch. And so for conclusion time, you know, this whole 4K 60 FPS has been really weird to edit, and I look way too smooth, but the Glourious Model O is satisfactory. It brings on that affordable price point and that true FPS ready that is performance oriented and a super lightweight target for many FPS gamers. And my only complaint here in terms of the color options would be the glossy one. I don't particularly like how it feels on my fingers. It feels like my fingers are sticking to the surface instead of them being really smooth on the matte versions. And I'm hoping that Glourious will deliver in terms of longevity of something like this. We have a 2-year warranty. I think it's a well-rounded product that I'm hoping more people will get their hands on, and in the long term, they won't fail. I really do hope to see more cords like this because it's fantastic. Better than anything I've else tried. It's just so light and doesn't interfere with anything. I don't need a mouse bungee for this particular cord, and that's appreciated. And the other thing is the software customization does not allow like individual RGB zone control like we see on many other gaming mice, but I really don't care. And I'm guessing this whole trend of honeycomb and removing a lot of the body to minimize on the weight will continue to be a thing in the future, and we'll just see who does it best. But so for now, the Glourious Model O would be my recommendation if you want something under 80 grams. Now, we haven't given out on the award in a while, but the Model O deserves the Hardware Canucks damn good award. Alright guys, I'm Dimitri, thanks so much for watching. Make sure to check out this other relevant content. Let me know which mouse you're using and how heavy is it, and if 67 grams sounds way too light, but for somebody who prefers lighter mice, this is the perfect weight for my style. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. No more 60 FPS though. Woohoo!